Hello, Lauren Kerr. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am really good. And I get to spend World Book Day with you and be able to chat about your amazing book, Life Above Zero. Lauren, tell us about Life Above Zero and why we all need to embrace it.
Well, the actual concept life above zero, it's a term that I learned about in my psychology degree. So it's about not settling. So usually when you go see a psychologist or a counselor, one of the first things that they ask you is like, what's wrong? Or what do you need to do in order to kind of get back to that base level of like health or happiness? But positive psychology is about, well, let's not just get back to the baseline of happiness, like what's above the baseline. There's thriving, there's nourishing, there's soaring. So life above zero is really that concept of not settling. I think a lot of people right now, they've kind of, as adults who stop dreaming, we find ourselves in positions where we're in a relationship or we're in a career or just in a lifestyle where we've kind of just got here, but we're not quite sure if it's even what we want to be doing. We're not happy, we're not fulfilled. So Life Above Zero is a book that's actually designed to help you have the tools, but also the education around your mindset and working out, well, how do I not just settle for mediocrity? How do I live life above zero? How do I really tap into my full potential and pivot and start creating a life that I love that aligns with my highest values? So that's why you need to read it. If you feel like you're stagnant right now, or maybe you've been gifted with this time to reflect and maybe want to use it to think about the path that you're on and if you're happy or if it's the one that you want to continue to go down, or maybe hopefully this will be the book that can help you not only pivot, but give you the tools and show you how to do that with confidence and with faith as well.
Yeah, I love this book. I really, really do. I spent a lot of time with this book, and I have to say, I can see this book as being a really big catalyst for people who there's something that's just not slotting into place with them. And I feel that if those people read this book, it's going to just give them that path that they can then walk clearly in life. And it's such a gift to the world. It truly is. It truly, truly is. I love it so much. You absolutely live life above zero. You have an amazing Instagram account. I just love watching your beautiful, beautiful posts. And if anybody here, go and check out, if you're not here from Lauren's account, if you go and check out Lauren's Instagram account and follow her. Wow, it's just like sunshine into your day every day. It really is. It's a beautiful. So tell us about that and how you live your life above zero, Lauren.
Yeah, for sure. So I think, oh, thanks, Skylar.
Skylar.
I guess for me, it's about actually having the conscious awareness of what makes you happy. And that's what the book's about. I think a lot of people, they do what they think they should do, or what society's told them to do, or what parents have told them to do. And they end up living out other people's values. And then they're busting their butt and they're using all their time and resources to pursue certain goals just to get there and kind of be like, like, is this it? Like, is this what it was all for? So I think living my own life above zero comes down to actually me having the awareness of what my highest values are and making sure that I'm constantly checking in to make sure I'm living in alignment with that. And I'm not being manipulated by money or fashion or status, because as soon as you kind of chasing the wrong things, you find yourself not living life aligned, but also you find yourself unfulfilled. And that's when depression and anxiety can creep in. So obviously I'm a massive advocate and for mental health. But the whole intention of this book was really simplifying health and making mindset manageable and health holistic. So yeah, I think when it comes down to me living my life above zero, it just comes down to constantly and regularly checking in to make sure I know what makes me happy and not looking what everyone else is doing and kind of staying in your own lane, especially with social media. I think women are the worst for it. We're like, yeah, I should have these followers, I should be traveling and I should be doing this, but really making sure you have that awareness and you're consciously checking in to make sure that, hey, like I'm setting goals that align with my highest values and I'm making and prioritizing my time and my resources for things that are actually going to bring me joy. So that's how I consciously do it. But obviously within the book, I take you guys through a process where you can find your highest values so you can start living alignment with those and setting goals in accordance to that, but then also supporting you to take inspired action as well.
Yeah, that's one of the things that shines through in Life Above Zero, is that you're inviting us to live our own authentic lives, authentic to us, because that's individual. It's not universal. It's, you know, and that's one of the things shines through, and you do give the tools to do that, 100% within these pages, and your education shines through. I mean, it's not just a book that's coming from, it's actually a book that's coming from both experience but also through knowledge, because there's some really practical tools in there that we can use. And I love the quotes you've selected for your book. Absolutely just connect and resonate, don't they?
Thank you. Yeah, when I was writing it, I wanted to make sure it was actually a book that was educating, especially young people. I think we are in a mental health epidemic at the moment, and there isn't enough resources and communication and support to help people before they get to the crisis point, before they find themselves needing to engage with psychologists or find themselves on antidepressants. And not that there's anything wrong with that. There's definitely a time and space for that. But I think there needs to be a whole lot more time, attention, support given to the other end of spectrum, educating people on their emotions, educating people how to live in alignment with that, how to regulate their emotions, what their emotions mean. So I wanted to make sure the book was backed by research and psychology and everything I've learned within working in the mental health space, and obviously studying it for the last decade, but not making it hard or intimidating to talk about. Yeah. So like you said, I've got little quotes in there, personal.
You make it really cool. You make it cool. And I've always said from reading this book, I have 4 girls, and this is one of the books I will be gifting them in their teenage years, because they'll be able to connect with it. If I say it to them, that is not cool, and they will not take it on board. But coming from you, and that's why your profile and how you put yourself out there is absolutely aligned with this book, is because it'll help, and people who need it at that kind of foundational age, where they're really influenced. But to be able to read something like this that's full of knowledge and skills and life tools, it's going to really be amazing for them, for sure.
Excited.
Yes. Skylar says, love your book, Lauren. So full of so many truths and material that help the reader create their own life above zero journey. Thank you. That's awesome, Skylar. Love it. Thank you. And Carolyn says, it's a really gorgeous book. Well done, Lauren.
Thank you. It is a very pretty book. I'll have to thank Karen for that, though, because I just knew I wanted to make it pretty. So you would not believe how many times we went back and forth.
And it's funny because our journey was so much longer than we anticipated, but we done well, because a book like this could be in production for a long time, and it is so gorgeous. I swear, it is just so gorgeous and pretty inside. It's just so beautiful, and the perfect size. It's so cool. You can feel it coming. It's coming in on a ship at the moment as we speak. It's in dock.
I've got no more copies left. I need more.
She's sold out. See, is that not a wonderful thing? She's sold out of her stock, and we're waiting for more to come in. It's just so good. So, Lauren, thank you so much for connecting with us. Have you anything that you want to share with people? So, a message, especially during this time when we're all going through a bit of craziness in the world right now. What kind of message do you want to share with us, with the world?
Sure. Were you still wanting me to read something from the book?
Yeah. Give us the message.
I can read a little page from chapter 2. So Life Above Zero is all about creating a life you love, moving forward and living a life in alignment with your values, having clarity of what is important to you and making more room for it. I think it's important to know that before you can move forward and acknowledge where you currently are, before you can move forward, you need to acknowledge where you currently are. For most of us, consciously taking the time and space to do that scares the shit out of us. It is confronting because more often than not, there is a large discrepancy between where we are and where we want to be, or where we are and where we thought we would be, or realizing the expectations of where you believed you should be. When you make the space and take the time to acknowledge where you currently are in your life, in your relationships, in your finances, and in your career, for most of us, we find there is something holding us back. Whether it is a past wrong, a missed opportunity, or a previous relationship we are holding on to. But in order to move forward, you need to let go. Remember at the start of this book where I encouraged you to be brave and to be real and raw with yourself? I bet you as you read the above paragraph, something came to mind, didn't it? I might leave you there.
Do you see, guys? That is just amazing. And congratulations, you got a Belinda audiobook deal. That's so cool. Are you reading it yourself?
I will be, which will be a challenge because I talk very fast. So I'm going to have to learn how to talk slow.
You did it really well, and I think that your book needs to be read by you, because they're your words, and it's just going to be amazing for you, for your book to be able to go out there. And the audiobooks, it's really cool, really cool. It's like a writer's dream.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Hopefully that will happen soon too, but because with coronavirus, no recording studios are recording right now, so everything just keeps getting pushed back, but we'll get there.
It does. Isn't it funny, Lauren, like as a publisher of many books, I go on a journey with authors, and your journey has been full of little stops along the way, you know, like we were going for a deadline, it didn't happen. But you know, one of the things that I always find whenever that happens to a book is that the stars are aligning. And when the stars align, because when you go to audiobook and your book is being promoted by Belinda and it's going out there, your book sales will go up, and you build momentum. And whenever the right person listens to your book or reads your book at that time, you know, you have to prepare yourself for that, because your words will change people and how they think, and the world's ready for that right now, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice time right now for people to delve in, and especially tune out to tune in. I think more than ever, I know a lot of us are being disconnected from jobs and from friends, having to isolate, but so there's a lot of noise on social media, so it's a really good time to delve into the book, because it's all about tuning out to tune in, so you can work out what it is that actually makes you happy, and what your personal recipe is for fulfillment, whether that's in a career, in a relationship, just in life in general. And giving you the time and space to really just reflect on the path that you're on. Because I think for a lot of people, we just kind of get stuck in that rat race, and we do the same day 365 days a year, and we're like, oh, somehow the last 10 years have gone. So kind of consciously taking that energy back and using this time to really think, all right, well, reflect on where I am, but also start thinking consciously about what do you want the next 12 months to look like, the next 10 years, and have more fun with it. The whole point of the book is also to help you find compassion in yourself. I think we're our own worst critic.
Yeah, so hard on ourselves.
Showing us how to just take our dreams more seriously than we take ourselves, and just learn how to be a little bit more gentle with ourselves, and especially with others as well, because I think the world definitely needs a little bit more love and light right now.
It really does. It really does. One of the things that's wonderful about books is that, as you were just saying there, you know, going inward, you know, go outward to go inward. And that's the thing. Whenever somebody's on a journey with you within the pages, you know, within the covers of this book, they're on a journey with you. There's no distractions. They are listening to your words, they're listening to your message, and it's a very powerful and strong message, but it's delivered gently and fondly. And you know, and that's the thing. But you do get tough with us in the book, don't you? You're telling us to, you know, you're so gentle of nature. You do get tough with us and tell us to come on.
Well, I think it's funny because anyone who actually knows me personally or professionally, I'm a life and mindset coach. I'm actually really well known for the tough love that I give. So it wouldn't be a book without the tough love. So you can definitely find the tough love in there.
You kind of have a magical way of making it happen, of putting that across, most definitely. So back to the question about the you know, the times that we're in, what's the advice for people right now?
Just use it as a gift. I know that I'm not naive to know that it is a scary time for a lot of people right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, but use it as a time to reconnect with you and reconnect with loved ones. And if you can get your hands on this book, and if it resonates with you, it's a really beautiful resource that you get to work through at your own pace. And use it as a time to really connect with yourself, because I think we're not being we've been gifted time to kind of step back from our rushed lifestyles. A lot of us are running 1,000,000 miles per hour usually. So it is a gift to really take a breath, look around and just connect with you and be like, is this the life that I want? Because you've been gifted some time to pivot if you want to.
Yeah, it surely is. And I think a lot of people are in a transition right now where they're going, wow, was I really doing all that? Is that aligned with who I am? And that's your book. It helps people get in alignment with who they truly are on the inside, you know, and does that marry with what they are on the outside? Isn't it? It's like, you know, are you living your best life? Ask yourself that question. And if you're not, well, then read Lauren's book, because I tell you, it will help you to get there. I promise you, it's a really amazing book. And like, I live a beautiful life that I love. I've designed my life for myself. I am busy, but I love that busyness because it's good busy. It's busyness that I love. But I see so many people that are busy and they're not happy. You know, they're not aligned, and you know, it's all a choice. And if you start making a few little things, a few changes, that'll make a huge, profound impact on your life. It really and truly will. And this book is the guide to help you do that, I promise.
And there's
Lauren?
really nice universal assignments throughout it too. So it's not like I just tell you what to do. That's not what a good coach or author does. I ask you really good questions, and there's at the end of each chapter, there's like a universal assignment. If you can see it.
So good. Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
see how pretty it is? Show us a few more pages, Lauren.
Yeah, there's lots of quotes.
And there's some gorgeous images of Lauren in there. Like, look at that. That's so beautiful. So beautiful.
But yeah, you're gifted with the space in each chapter as well to actually apply what you're learning in your own life. So they're called universal assignments. They're designed to help you up level.
Yes, we're all up for that. Oh, Lauren, it's been such a joy. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm sure that everyone will get something wonderful out of this interview. It'll be available online. If you are watching this as a recording and you have any questions for Lauren, please pop them underneath the post, and we'll make sure that she sees them. And we will post a link to buy the book directly from Lauren. So after the interview, okay? Lauren, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye.